Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Triple Pack Bundle of January 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel and the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. But first, a word from our sponsor, JT After Dark. You've read the threads, you've seen the warnings, but you haven't heard them like this. I'm JT. I take the internet's most terrifying stories and give them a voice. From Reddit's deepest archives to the legends that haunt the web, I bring the horror to life. Join me on JT After Dark. Subscribe now and let's see what's hiding in the shadows. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Lysfanga, the Time Shift Warrior, an action-adventure game where you play as Ime, a time-bending warrior tasked with defending the ancient world of Antala. At its core, this is not just another hack and slash. You use time manipulation to fight alongside past versions of yourself, called Remnants. Every encounter becomes a puzzle where you coordinate attacks with echoes of your own movements to outsmart enemies, open time gates, and take down linked foes simultaneously. Combat is the star of the show. You can rewind time, unleash Area of Effect strikes, and switch between weapons like scimitars and twin chakrams. Every ability feels sharp and deliberate, rewarding players who plan ahead. As you progress, new enemy types and mechanics stack up fast, turning arenas into chaotic, brain-teasing battles that feel incredibly satisfying when you finally pull off the perfect run. Between fights, you'll explore gorgeous ruins, collect upgrade items, and befriend golems who expand your hub with new features, like training zones and fast travel. The story, however, is pretty forgettable. The formula starts to wear thin near the end. Once you've seen a dozen variations of the same enter room, clear enemies, move on loop, the repetition creeps in. Still, Lysfanga's creative time loop combat, fluid pacing, and stylish presentation keep it engaging. If you love games that make you think fast and move faster, Lysfanga the Time Shift Warrior delivers a slick, strategic experience that is easy to pick up and hard to put down. And number 2 we have Ad Infinitum. In Ad Infinitum, you embark on a haunting journey through the horrors of World War I, exploring the depths of both reality and nightmare. As a German soldier, you navigate between a dark, desolate mansion and the claustrophobic trenches of the battlefield, where sinister creatures lurk in the shadows, hunting you relentlessly. The game's storytelling weaves together visual imagery and immersive documents, painting a vivid portrait of Germany during this tumultuous period. From the eerie corridors of the mansion to the treacherous landscapes of no man's land, every detail contributes to the chilling atmosphere and deepens the sense of dread. Gameplay mechanics draw parallels to titles like Layers of Fear, blending puzzle-solving elements with intense stealth sequences. In the mansion, you unravel mysteries and navigate haunted rooms, while the trenches demand stealth and evasion as you evade monstrous foes. Visually, Ad Infinitum impresses with its striking level design and terrifying creature designs, capturing the essence of wartime horror. The soundtrack adds another layer of immersion, with haunting melodies and period-appropriate music enhancing the eerie atmosphere. While some sections may feel frustrating, particularly those requiring precise stealth in dark environments, the overall experience remains solid and engaging. Ad Infinitum delivers a disturbing and captivating horror experience, tackling themes of war and psychological trauma with skillful storytelling and atmospheric design. For those seeking a new and immersive horror adventure, Ad Infinitum offers an unforgettable journey into the depths of terror and despair, making it a worthy addition to any horror enthusiast's library. And number 3 we have Windward, a sandbox RPG that places you at the helm of a ship on the high seas, battling pirates and influencing the fate of 4 factions vying for domination in a randomly generated map. At first glance, you might underestimate its complexity, but Windward is a gem that cleverly conceals its rich core systems beneath an easily digestible surface. Much like the allure of FTL, Windward captivates you with its straightforward delivery of intricate mechanics. As an underwhelming single ship in a vast world, you contribute to a larger 4X strategy-style metagame, where multiple factions clash for supremacy, a familiar concept to enthusiasts of games like Drox Operative or Space Rangers. Your objective is clear: dominate the map. A dynamically generated world awaits reclamation from pirates and rival factions. And as you progress, you'll earn experience, acquire new abilities, purchase ships and crew, complete quests, trade resources, establish cities, and engage in exhilarating combat. Windward's fast-paced and frantic battles become even more thrilling in multiplayer, where strategic teamwork enhances the overall experience. In the world of Windward, you're never the sole hero. Instead, you grapple with constant challenges, particularly from numerically superior pirates, requiring shrewd mastery of your ship's capabilities. Choose between hit and run tactics with a light corvette, or the robust stand and fight approach of a massive ship of the line. Your decisions extend to equipment and crew preferences, influencing your combat style and strategy. While Windward may lack refinement in certain aspects, with zones feeling more like gear checks than unique challenges, the game's pacing and constant challenging pirate invasions leave room for improvement. Despite these considerations, the game's clever trick lies in maintaining an exhilarating experience. The struggle to capture and hold territories remains as enthralling on day one as it does after hours of gameplay, a testament to Windward's enduring charm. At number 4 we have Mercury Fallen, a relaxed sci-fi colony sim where you dig out a ruined underground facility, expand onto an alien world's surface, and manage colonists and robots. Your goal is to rebuild, explore, and uncover the mysteries of your new home. You start with a small group of colonists, awakening from stasis, only to find their facility in ruins. Step by step, you deconstruct debris, gather resources, and construct rooms tailored to your colonists' needs. Research unlocks new technologies, enabling you to expand further underground and above. Unlike other colony sims, Mercury Fallen is entirely non-violent. There are no enemies to fend off, just a slow, steady challenge of survival and progress. Exploration plays a significant role. You send expeditions to the surface, uncovering lore, new materials, and even more colonists. Managing resources is key, from setting up farms and power grids to ensuring colonists are well rested and motivated. Robots and clones help automate tasks, easing the burden of manual labor. The game's biggest strength is its relaxing pace, letting you build at your leisure. However, the slow progression might test your patience. Some UI quirks and a lack of deeper challenges can make long-term play less engaging. Replayability also depends on how much you enjoy the core loop of building and expanding. If you love colony sims like RimWorld, but want something more laid-back and exploration-focused, Mercury Fallen is a solid pick, especially if you grab it in a bundle. At number 5 we have Din's Curse, a dynamic action RPG where you're resurrected by the god Din after wasting your first life, cursed to redeem yourself by saving towns on the brink of destruction. You take on one of the 141 hybrid class combinations and dive into procedurally generated dungeons filled with monsters, traps, plagues, and chaos. Every world you enter is unique, and every choice you make has consequences. Ignore a threat too long, and entire towns may fall. At its heart, this game is a mix of Diablo-style hack-and-slash combat and roguelike unpredictability. You'll slay enemies, collect loot, and constantly juggle time-sensitive quests as evil forces strengthen below the surface. You can never really relax. While you're deep in a dungeon, assassins might strike your town, or a curse might start spreading among villagers. The constant tension keeps you alert and fully engaged. Visually, it is dated, with clunky animations and basic effects, but the gameplay loop more than makes up for it. You'll die often, sometimes unfairly, but the game's flexibility lets you tweak difficulty, disable timed events, or even play co-op with friends for a chaotic rescue run. Despite the rough edges, Din's Curse remains one of the most ambitious indie ARPGs of its era. It does not hold your hand, but it rewards quick thinking, adaptability, and risk-taking. If you enjoy old-school dungeon crawlers with real stakes and endless replay value, you'll find yourself cursed and hooked for hours. At number 6 we have Depths of Peril, a unique indie action RPG that blends traditional hack-and-slash gameplay with deep strategy and diplomacy. In a genre often crowded with Diablo clones, you'll find it refreshing to lead a covenant in the barbarian city of Jorvik. You must grow your faction's influence by completing randomly generated quests and adventuring through dangerous connected regions. The combat is fast-paced and solid, utilizing a hotbar system for class-specific skills. Whether you play as a warrior building rage or a mage managing mana, you enjoy an open skill system that allows for diverse character builds right from the start. You can also recruit up to 5 followers, bringing one along as a vital adventuring partner to complement your specific class. Unique to this game is its living world. AI-controlled rival covenants compete against you in real time, solving quests and looting items. You're forced to engage in complex politics, striking non-aggression pacts, or trading loot to build relationships. Eventually, diplomacy fails, and you must engage in all-in raids to destroy a rival's lifestone. The world is dynamic. If you ignore a boss, it may lead an uprising against the town. While the trading can feel formulaic and the pace is often frantic, the high level of randomization ensures immense replayability. You'll find that Depths of Peril is an addictive, challenging experience that rewards tactical thinking just as much as a quick clicking finger. It is a standout title for any fan of the genre. At number 7 we have Wolfstride, a narrative-driven RPG where you work odd jobs by day to fund robot fights and maybe escape your shady past. At first glance, it looks like a high-energy mech brawler, but you quickly discover it is more of a slice-of-life adventure set in Rain City. You follow Dominic Shade, his ridiculous pilot buddy Pineapples, and their grumpy dog mechanic Duke, as they scrape together cash to repair their Mac Cowboy and compete in the Golden God tournament. Don't expect constant action. Much of your time is spent trudging through streets, picking up part-time work, and meeting the city's bizarre residents. The humor is relentless, sometimes clever, sometimes painfully immature. If you don't laugh at a mech called Peepo or a side job shortened to BDSM, you'll be skipping a lot of dialogue. Still, underneath the cheap gags lies an engaging cast and a city that feels alive. Rain City's junkyards, bars, and hidden corners give you a sense of history and heartbreak, and you start to care about the people despite their absurdity. Combat is built around grid-based mech battles, balancing positioning, attack ranges, and resource management. Unfortunately, you see most of its tricks early, as the small arenas and limited skills don't allow much room for experimentation. Wolfstride struggles to balance its smart storytelling with its childish humor, and its pacing can drag. But if you stick with it, you'll find a surprisingly heartfelt tale about regret, redemption, and washed-up heroes fighting for one last shot. At number 8 we have Hyperdemon. Hyperdemon thrusts you into a surreal first-person shooter experience where reality bends and breaks as you chase high scores by annihilating ethereal beasts. This game ditches narrative for pure adrenaline-pumping action. From the moment you enter its menu, pulsing with electronic beats and swirling colors, Hyperdemon sets a relentless pace. Each run begins with a calm moment, surrounded by birds, before plunging you into chaotic battles against undead specters and colossal monsters. Unlike its predecessor, survival is not the goal here. It's about swift, calculated destruction. Your arsenal, expanded from devil daggers, includes daggers, machine guns, shotguns, and devastating laser beams, fueled by collected power-ups. Mastery demands precise control and strategic use of abilities, like aerial blasts and dodges. Learning to manipulate enemies becomes crucial, turning them into stepping stones toward godlike dominance. Visually and orally, Hyperdemon is a mesmerizing whirlwind of color and sound, initially overwhelming, but rewarding to unravel. Replayability is high, with each run offering new challenges and insights, supported by a seamless replay feature. Ultimately, Hyperdemon isn't just about surviving. It's about mesmerizing chaos, transcending boundaries, and achieving euphoric moments of unstoppable power. Whether you're new to score-chasing shooters or a seasoned pro, Sorath Creation promises an intense, addictive journey into the abyss. At number 9 we have Figment 2, Creed Valley, a delightful musical adventure suitable for both younger and older players. Developed and published by Bedtime Digital Games, this action platformer with a musical theater twist maintains the charm of the original Figment. You don't necessarily need to have played the first installment, but you might feel like you're missing out on some nuances if you skip it. The game follows the quirky duo Dusty and Piper, protectors of the human mind, as they embark on a quest to restore the shattered moral compass at the center of the mind, combating a mischievous two-headed jester along the way. Figment 2's gameplay involves breezy action platforming with a wooden sword, where enemies sync their attacks with the music, adding a rhythmic element to the combat. While the fighting may become repetitive and some encounters overly challenging, the game shines in its puzzles and boss fights, seamlessly blending brawling, puzzle solving, and bombastic musical numbers. The world design stands out, with each new area beautifully realized, reminiscent of a Saturday morning cartoon. Figment 2's humor may skew toward a younger audience, but it excels as a family-friendly co-op experience. Piper, as player 2, offers a stress-free option for those seeking a cooperative adventure without the pressures of combat. Despite feeling like a second violin to Figment 1, Figment 2 remains a solid game, especially for those seeking an enjoyable co-op experience with a younger player in mind. At number 10 we have Deaths in UNISON, a first-person co-op horror game that forces you to rely on communication and teamwork to survive. Set in the remote island of Corton Island Institute of Rehabilitation, you take on the role of prison administration, tasked with completing duties while surrounded by the world's most dangerous psychopaths, many of them empowered by supernatural abilities. The main hook is the two-player setup. You and your partner are separated in different rooms, relying only on walkie-talkie communication to solve puzzles, carry out objectives, and stay alive. Voice chat is not just encouraged, it is essential. Explaining information quickly and clearly becomes the difference between success and a jump scare. If you're playing solo, the game adjusts, though the full tension comes from navigating tasks with another player. Each day brings electrical outages that plunge the prison into chaos. During these moments, you're not only managing your assigned duties, but also fending off unpredictable inmate attacks. The mix of puzzle solving, system infiltration, and survival creates an experience similar to Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, but with a darker, more terrifying edge. The atmosphere is very oppressive, blending eerie sound design with unsettling encounters. Enemies are varied enough to keep you on edge, and while the campaign can be completed in a few hours, it is dense with tension, scares, and memorable moments. Death in Unison is not about endless replayability, it's about one intense, unforgettable run. If you've got a friend and want a truly unique cooperative horror experience, this game delivers chills in spades. And that's all for this bundle. Look, if you're trying to beef up your Steam library without nuking your wallet, the build your own triple pack is an absolute steal. Scoring 3 indie gems for essentially pocket change is a massive win. Whether you're hunting for deck verified bangers or just want to gamble on some new genres, the value here is cracked. It's the perfect way to clear some wishlisted titles and snag a few hidden sleepers for your backlog. Don't sleep on it. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.